What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. Today I am doing a kind of quasi-tutorial, and that tutorial is for the Z choker. Okay, now this is at the request of one of my wonderful VIP patrons. They were asking specifically about the Z choker. How do I land it like this? Because there are other ways of landing the Z choker. That's kind of the most common, where you do the Z choker and then you come out of it by spinning it around your hand, right? That's a very common way of landing this, like that. But this is more difficult, and as you can see, I'm grabbing it in the ice pick grip there. So I'm going from the Z choker and catching it into the ice pick grip. Now, there's another way of doing this where you can catch it. Oop, the timing is super hard. Ooh, man. I haven't done this one in a while. Ooh. Oh, there we go. You can catch it in the front hand grip as well. So the timings for both of these, as you can see, I mostly do the back hand grip, not the front hand grip, because the front hand grip is even harder. Or, well, it's just a different timing. It's not that it's harder, it's just both are different timings. So you can do back hand grip, or you can do front hand grip, like that, right? And so they're just different ways of catching the Z choker. And the way that I suggest practicing this, so first of all, let's explain the Z choker itself in not a lot of detail. I actually have a video where I explain this on the main channel. There is a tutorial, I believe, that I cover the Z choker, so go watch that. But for now, a quick explanation of it is to begin the Z choker, you start by holding a knife like this, okay? Now there we go. Is it in? I don't think my camera's in the right mode. One second. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Yes, that one. This is tilt lock mode. So it has three modes. It has one where it'll move wherever I move. This one, it'll stay at the same tilt setting no matter how much I tilt my head, which is what we need. Anyways, sorry. So to frame this properly, start here. Move your ring finger around to the front of the knife, and that'll flip it over and get it into position. The position to begin a choker fan is middle finger on top, first finger and ring finger on the bottom, okay? Then, to do the choker fan, you literally let go of that handle and twist your hand, okay? And if you do that at the same time, you let go and twist, you'll realize that this motion happens pretty much automatically. Like, you're just letting go and twisting at the same time, and you can see that it spins around just like that, right? So, boop, boop, boop. There we go. And there's two ways to get into that. If you're holding the knife in this position, you just take your ring finger and put it like that, and now you're in position, and you can do your choker. Or if you're in this position, so you're holding it in the ice pick grip, you start with your middle finger, spin it around once, then take your ring finger, spin it around again, and you're back in position. So essentially, if you're in this position, you get an extra spin, whereas if you're in this position, you're only rotating it once, right? So one rotation from that position, or if you're in ice pick grip, you can get two rotations into it. That's my favorite way of doing it, is starting an ice pick grip, because you can kind of repeat that indefinitely and get a really cool sort of vibe from it. But that's the way that works. Okay, so now from there, if we wanted to catch it, right, we've got our guy, but where do we go from here? Well, as I said, the easiest way to get out of it is just to hold onto it and kind of swing it around your hand and then catch it open. But we want to do the catch like that, right? The way that is working is I'm doing this, spinning it around, and then literally when it's right here, I'm letting go and moving my hand to catch it, right? So I'm letting go and I'm literally moving my thumb into position to stop the knife and catch it. And here is where the ticket is. The person on my Discord, my VIP patron, was asking, do you have any tips or tricks as to how to land this? And the sad truth is, the tip and trick is practice. Ah, yes, the wonderful word that you hate so much. It is just, you have to practice it and do it over and over and over again and mess it up every single time. And then eventually, one time, you'll get the timing perfect and you'll be like, oh my God, this is it. And then you'll feel amazing, and then you'll mess it up again and again and again, and then you'll get it a second time, and then it'll feel even better, and then eventually you'll be able to do it pretty consistently and do it like every time. At least that's the dream. So what I'm doing, let go here, and you can see I can do it kind of slow, like that, right? But all I'm doing is as it gets to here, it spins around one entire time, and then it goes another time, and I'm letting go and catching it, right? So we're going bup, bup, bup. It's literally an aerial at the end. I'm literally letting go of it entirely and catching it. right? So we go 1, 2, here, like that. And you can see I'm opening my hand and catching it. So I'm letting it fall and catching it. It's kind of like a parabolic in the sense of how it moves through the air. Because you're starting with a fan, it literally is moving in a parabolic way. And so you kind of have to like snatch it. It's very similar to the timing of a shortstop, right? Because a shortstop feels kind of weird. It feels like you're stopping too early. It feels like you're stopping the momentum of the knife short. Gee, I wonder why it's called that. And so, same thing here, it's almost like a shortstop in the sense of the timing because you're literally completely interrupting the momentum of the knife. And that's the other thing about the other way of doing it, right? Ooh, trying to get it in the front hand position. Ooh, that you stop it even faster because you're like grabbing it out of the air before it can spin. Boop, boop, like that, right? So you're doing, ooh, God, I'm going to get cut like this. Like that. You're grabbing it out of the air in the opposite direction, and so you're grabbing it much earlier. Whereas in the reverse position, it has more time to spin around and get into this position before I grab it. Whereas for this, I have to grab it like immediately. Though that does look cool because it kind of looks like you're like revving a bike or something. Like it's like, I don't know, that's just a kind of neat looking fan. I've seen was it 50 Blades of Gray that did this a bunch? I don't know. I don't remember where I saw it first, but I was really impressed by that, like, reversal. I actually learned this trick, though, the Z choker, from Stitch Steel. He was originally on my Patreon Discord. He's also just a friend of mine in real life. He lives relatively close to me, so we get to hang out every once in a while. And at Blade Show, we always see each other. So, really cool dude. But Stitch is actually the one that taught me how to Z choker, and then I learned how to catch the knife out of a Z choker like this from a video he sent me. I just watched what he did over and over again, and eventually learned how to do it properly. So, yeah, that's essentially the way that has worked, like, the entire time, is getting that practice down, doing it over and over again until you get the... my brain's not working now suddenly. Until you get the trick. That's the sentence. So yeah, it's really just repetition over and over again, doing it and trying to figure out that timing. And I hate to say it because it really is just figuring out that timing. But if you can, doing it slower at first, like this, you know, try to do it in a relaxed way. See if you can't get the timing when it's a little bit easier to. When it's slower, that timing is a lot less. So you're like that, you know, that's much more relaxed than doing it full speed like I normally do. Like that. In one of the videos, you know, that looks like a flash. That's so fast. But if you slow it down a bit, there you go. You can kind of see a lot better what's happening there. I'm going up, and then I'm letting go right at the last second and bring my hand down to catch it. And you don't actually really need to change the position of your hand all that much because you're already kind of in this position. So all I'm doing here is letting go and closing my hand around it, right? I'm just kind of letting it fall into place. It's the same way that you do with many aerials. You know, you're just kind of letting the knife fall into place, or whatever you're attempting to do. You try to get fancy once on live TV, and suddenly the whole world comes crashing around you, and now you can't do an aerial to spin. Hey, you did it. There we go. See, I'm not a failure. That's not true. Anyways, but yeah, so that's just a little explanation of that guy right there. I hope you guys can practice it a bunch, see if you can get both this one. What's funny is I used to be able to do the front one as consistently, and maybe I'm starting to get it back, but I just don't ever do the front one. So I feel like it's kind of a good way to end maybe a combo. Is if you're doing like a lot of stuff, and then you go into position, and then you do the thing. Yeah, that's kind of a cool way to end the combo, right? Like it's very, very flashy, very quick. Another way, so my friend Sergal Paws on Discord, I think they're Sergal on Instagram, maybe they're Mint Sergal, I don't know exactly, but they're on Instagram. Their name is Sergal, and they are a good friend of mine who taught me something, which is this catch right here, right? You have that where you grab it that way, except reverse your hand. So instead of grabbing it this way, grab it this way, right? So you throw it, and then you grab it like that with the fist, right? So it's like you're punching. It feels very strong oof, and it feels really nice to do. And it's a very powerful way to end a combo, and I don't do it super often, but it's something that they showed me that they kind of came up with, I think. Or at least they're the first one that showed me the idea for it. And I just think it's a really cool way to, like, potentially end a combo, because you can do all sorts of cool... I mean, you could, or you could drop the knife. You can do all sorts of cool stuff, you know, to kind of, like, open up the combo and then get into it and, like, snap it like that, and that just, ooh, it feels good when you, like, grab it out of the air like that. But anyways, so yeah, that's my stuff there. My real advice is probably just try to take it slow, see if you can't get that timing down, but it really is just a split-second window that you have to grab that knife, unfortunately. So it's really all about just learning the timing, and you kind of not only learn the timing, but you learn a certain feeling. Like, you can feel when it's time, right? Because you feel it twist around, and you feel your hand get into a certain position, and so at that moment, your brain is kind of like, yes, now is the time for me to grab. So, yeah, that's sort of the idea with that, and... I don't know. I think it's relatively simple, but the biggest deal is just practice that over and over again like I do. As I said, one of the ways that I practice, and I made a whole video on this, once again, check it out. It's on this channel. It's called How to Get Better at Flipping. And my solution is literally just take one trick and practice it over and over and over again until you're good at it. Like, just make it like the main thing that you focus on until you can get it down. And that's what I did here, just like that, so I can do it over and over again consistently. And that was just me literally for like a month trying to learn how to do this. Same thing with my backhand fan. Like, I did the same thing. I learned how to do that for like a month straight. I was just like backhand fan all the time, every time, just backhand fan, and until I eventually finally got it, because the backhand fan eluded me for such a long time. So anyways, that's enough of my rambling. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you can, you know, get good at doing the Z choker. If you do, please take a video of you doing it. Hit me up on Instagram. I love to see that stuff. It's really, really cool. And yeah, peace. I hope you guys have a good day.